Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Charlie Brown, aka the real Charlie Brown. Want to say thank you very much for coming into my YouTube channel, checking out what I have to say, check out some videos here. Hey, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell if you want to get reminders when I have new videos coming up here. So I want to talk to you guys about this thing that's called habits, right? So you hear a lot of people talk about good habits, bad habits, talk about discipline when it comes to your habits and things like that. But what I kind of want to talk to you guys about is where your habits actually begin. So I'm actually reading this book, and it's called The $1 Million Habits by Brian Tracy here, okay? And the first chapter talks about where your habits begin, okay? And the first section of this book, he talks about coming from behind. And what he mean by coming from behind is he said, look at your life right now, right? He says your life is either made up of good habits or bad habits. He said where you are at today is based on those two different things. And he said what you have to do is you have to look at your past and figure out, okay, what have I done over the years, right? Got me to the point where my habits are currently where they at right now. And he said a lot of your good or bad habits is a combination of just cause and effect, right? And what he mean by cause and effect is the fact that you've done something, which is now determine what type of habit that you actually going to have. And he said when you look at being successful, right, the habits you have to create is going to be one. What are you investing to yourself from a knowledge standpoint, like different books and things like that, courses, and if you're going to seminars. And he said another thing you can look at when it comes to being successful is what are you actually listening to on a daily basis. I'll give you an example. If you want to get better at sales, you should be listening to people's skills and sales podcasts, right? Or if you want to get better from a mentality standpoint, you want to listen to things that's actually going to help your mentality and your standpoint. What I always encourage people is treat education as medicine. So if you're struggling or you're ill in a certain aspect when it comes to your business or your life, then you should be listening to those things that actually help shrink that gap, okay? And he talks a lot about different laws and things like that. And one thing he said is anything can actually be learned. It's up to you to use your mind. It's up to you to make the decision. It's up to you to make the choice to want to learn something new, to want to try something new. And he said the problem that people fall into is he said that when people learn something new, they procrastinate or they hesitate on how to implement those new things. So he said when he was trying to learn how to become a better salesman, he networked with those that was better at sales with him. He asked those individual questions like, hey, what are some characteristics or habits you created to become very good at sales, right? He listened to he read sales books, he listened to sales audios, but then most importantly, he took that knowledge and he implemented it into action. And he said because he followed that path, right, it allowed him to become one of the best top sales, right? So if you're someone in life right now, right, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do? Find someone who's where you want to be. Ask them questions, find out how they got very, very successful, invest into yourself in things where you want to get better in, and then most important, take those things you learned and put into action. That's exactly what he said. He said another thing is he said, look, your attitude is what control you, right? So if you want to take control over your life, then you need to fix your attitude. And he said a couple ways you can fix your attitude is by the things you invest in yourself and the people you associate or the people you want to get around, okay? Another thing he talked about was the power of belief. He said, when it comes to being successful and being great at anything, it's your belief system. Do you believe you're going to be great? Do you believe you're going to get that sale? Do you believe you're going to, buy that house? Do you believe you're going to be successful? Or are you constantly damaging your self-image by telling yourself what you don't believe in, what you can't do, right? All that stuff matters and all add up. Another thing he said, look, no matter what you do in life, right? When it comes to being successful, you have to expect the greatness out of yourself. Do you expect to be confident? Do you expect to be great? Do you expect to achieve that dream? Do you expect to achieve that goal? Do you expect to get it done by a certain time, right? So he said, if you have that mentality, right, of expecting to be great, expecting to make things happen in your life, then he said, then you automatically putting yourself in position to expect to be successful, all right? And then the last thing he talked about is being a living magnet, right? Do people draw towards you because your personality and your positive attitude, or do people draw towards you because you have a negative attitude, or because you treat people wrong? And he said the type of people that come towards you should tell you the type of person you are. He said if you got people coming to you that's positive, upbeat, ready to tackle life, hey, you're doing the right thing. But if you got people that's the opposite, then you need to look another way. All right. And then the last thing he said every single day he looked himself in the mirror and he did this thing that's called positive self-talk, right? He looked in the mirror and he reminded himself of why he was so great. He reminded himself of why he believed he's so great. He reminded himself of how he's going to attack the day, how he's going to attack his dreams and goals and things like that, right? So moral of the story is this, right? Our habits all start somewhere, right? But if you listen to those habits, a lot of those things are based on what you expect and what you believe in yourself. So if you get those two things straight and you move forward and you put that a combination with action, you have no choice but go to the top and be successful and achieve your dreams and goals. Hey, this is your boy Charlie Brown, aka the real Charlie Brown, right? Just dropping you guys some value, something to think about, right? Something to help you tackle your daily life and things like that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment, like, share this video if you got some value from it, and feel free to leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you got from the video, or if you want to hear anything else, let me know. Thanks.